Hi, you might have clicked on this video out of curiosity, or maybe you're exploring educational alternatives, and in this case, welcome! Today I'm going to talk about the IB, or International Baccalaureate. Its structure, pros and cons, and also give some advice on subject selection. For the small background, I'm almost 18 years old, and I recently completed two parallel educational programs. A high school diploma with a gold medal from my local school, and an international IB program diploma, which lasted for 2 years. Those 2 years were quite an experience, I would say, but rather a interesting one. I'm recording this video for those who might be interested in trying out different educational program or looking for more opportunities to get to the university. First of all, what is IB? IB, or International Baccalaureate, is a set of educational programs designed for students aged from 3 to 19, created by a company based in Geneva. Their programs focus on developing intellectual, personal, emotional, and social skills. It's not a school or another educational institution, but rather a curriculum that can be compared to terms like undergraduate and masters for college students. You don't need to look for a school run by IB itself. Instead, you can find an institution that is IB certified and teaches the program you need. The organization offers 4 educational programs for different groups, but in this video I will talk about the only one I went through, or at least survived. It is Diploma Program, or DP, a program for high school students aged from 16 to 19, and it is the most well known and recognized by many universities worldwide. Literally, whenever you look on a university's website, just any, you can see there is term popping up in various admissions sections like IB diploma scores or something like this. So I would say that studying under this program is somewhat similar to a college experience, at least in terms of some subjects and the topics covered for my local school and local institutions. IB in general is known for its interdisciplinary approach to education and its emphasis on critical thinking, as well as on developing a global perspective and social interaction among students. The core value and goals of IB include student-centered learning, so students are placed at the center of the educational process, encouraging active participation and independent learning. In this program, no one will hold your hand, as you have textbooks for self-study and other materials provided by teachers. So the program itself is also packed with different topics that you need to be absorbed into your brain, and in just 2 years, which is actually quite a small amount of time, but it's manageable if you do this right. Of course, it depends on subjects you choose, and so from my friends' experience, I would say that this usually includes from 2 to 4 challenging subjects, and we'll talk about them a bit later. The program also emphasized the development of international mindedness, fostering an understanding of cultural difference and intercultural dialogue. It's worth noting that this program has high academic standards. IB is known for its rigorous requirements and high standards of academic learning, so you can't just slack off 2 years and then cram for exams in the last 2 weeks. It's just impossible. The DP not only focuses on academic knowledge, but also on developing personal qualities such as responsibility, ethics, and social engagement. Because of these qualities, the IB program is recognized and highly valued worldwide for preparing students for higher education and professional life. So what exactly is included in the program? Each student takes 9 subjects, 2 core components, 1 essay that everyone must complete, and 6 subjects that students choose from 6 groups. First of the groups is language and literature, usually the student's native language. This group focuses on analyzing texts not only in the terms of plot, but also in terms of writing style. You'll deal with various literary terms like allusions, reminiscences, motifs, and so on. Second group is language acquisition, studied in a foreign language. In this group, you usually find various languages from English and Spanish to even Georgian, but the choice is often limited by the place of study. For instance, in some countries, certain languages might not be offered. Third group is individuals and societies. This group includes subjects like history, economics, geography, and so on. Fourth group is sciences: biology, chemistry, physics, and other sciences that you can know. Fifth group is mathematics. Unlike the other groups, there isn't much variety here. You can study either analysis and approaches, which I studied, or applications and interpretations version. Sixth group is the arts: visual arts, music, theater, and dance. Each subject can be either studied at standard level or higher level. At the higher level, you are given more topics for study, and there is an additional test in the final exam. So be careful when choosing, as some universities will only consider the higher level version of subjects. It's important to know that a student must choose at least 3 high level subjects and 3 S level subjects. Now about the core elements of the IB diploma. First of them is Theory of Knowledge, or TOK, a course aimed at developing critical thinking and understanding the nature of knowledge. It's hard to describe, but it's better to experience yourself. It's like some sort of philosophy lesson, I would say. The next element is Creativity, Activity and Service, or CAS, a program that includes projects and activities aimed at personal and community development. For instance, you will need to make some sort of big event for this program and then write what you've done for it. And another thing that you would need is some sort of diary where you're going to write what you have done in what day and how much time you spend doing it. It's like it divided in 3 groups: creativity, activity, and service. Creativity is like drawing, music, dancing, and other stuff. Activity is like physical exercises, and service is when you help someone. So you need in total 50 hours for each group, at least, so you can close up the diploma. And the last element is extended essay, or an independent research paper on a chosen topic related to one of the subjects you're studying. So you can choose one of the subjects you have and write an essay on it, and resulting in an essay of up to 4,000 words. So, for example, I had an economy, and I chose to write my essay on economy, and I can do this. Or, for example, my classmate decided to write on the topic from chemistry, and that's how it's done for the extended essay. Assessments and diploma. Assessment in the IB-DP includes both internal, school-based, and external IB exams evaluations. Each subject is graded on a scale of 1 to 7, with 7 being the highest score. Completing the 3 core elements, which I mentioned before, TOK, extended essay, and creativity, activity, service, can earn you up to 3 additional points. The maximum total score is 45. 42 points for the 6 subjects, which with each worth 7 points, and plus 3 for the completion of core elements. To receive the diploma, a student must score at least 24 points, provided they meet certain academic requirements and maintain academic honesty, such as not receiving any score of 1 in the final exam for any subject. If you're interested in details, I'll leave you links to the IB requirements in translated form. Overall, the IB Diploma program offers students the opportunity to receive a deep and well-rounded education, preparing them for success in higher education and beyond. What are the requirements for enrolling in the diploma program? First of all, the student must be at least 16 years old to enroll on this program. And second, the most important thing is to have a solid understanding of the language in which the program will be taught. For me, this was English, so you need at least a B1 level of proficiency. However, B2 is preferable, and no, you wouldn't need an official certificate, but at least I didn't need one. So my coordinator was satisfied with the fact that I had been studying since the second grade and had participated in various competitions and Olympiads. But since this is just one example and there are many schools out there, the language requirement should be clarified with the coordinator of the school you are applying to. And that's basically it. The only thing left after that are the entrance exams for English and math proficiency. And after this, there will be an interview with the teachers. What do you need to submit during this program? There are only two things you need to submit: internal assessment and external assessment. Internal assessment consists of at least a couple of tasks that you need to complete and submit to your teacher, and those internal assessments you have them in each subject. So you would need to complete each internal assessment in order to complete education and in diploma program. And internal assessments are something like, for example, in economy, it was write free economic commentaries on certain news and write this commentary like for 900 words, around like this, and those are the internal assessments. They're varied from subject to subject, but like that's example that I can give you about one of them, like economy. And for the also there is an external essay. External assessment. External assessment is works that you are going to complete after 2 years of education, so it's like final exam. And usually there is a special person that arrives to the school and going to watch how you complete those tests that are classified. Which subjects should you choose? On the one hand, this question depends on your preferences and the field you plan to pursue in the university. However, there are some aspects of subject selection that might not be mentioned when you are making your choice. Those hidden pitfalls that can cause problems during your studies. For example, during my studies, computer science was one such subject. A real pain in the arse. For the computer science course, IB doesn't provide any documentation about which definitions students and teachers should use. So all the information about a particular term or topic has to be searched online or in books certified by IB. You might think that if those books are certified by IB, then the definitions in them should be accurate. But no, sometimes they're not. Why? Because the tests for the subjects are very poorly designed. Each subject, test, and question has its own assessment criteria, which are used by the examiner. But for computer science, there is no guideline like give a point if the correct definition is provided according to your judgment by the student. And there is like other subjects have such system, but computer science have not. No, they write specific words that students must use, and heaven forbid you use a synonym, you will lose points for your answer. And remember, there are no exact definitions provided by IB, therefore the chances of giving the correct answer with the correct wording are almost zero. Sometimes in response to a question like list the types of sensors, they might simply leave out one of the sensors in the answer. You cover it in the course, but it's not in the answer key. Yeah, it was quite a pain for me. But don't worry, this only happens to the computer science. All of the other subjects are pretty good. They're well polished to the perfection. They're well designed, but with the computer science, it's just different. I don't know why, but computer science just doesn't work in IB. So just think of that, like, do you want even to study this, or you might just go and choose another science. And from here I would go to tips. So probably the only advice I can give you is study all the internal assessments for the subjects you have. Ask your teachers what are requirements and create a plan that outlines when and what you will work on. Some of them will be quite easy, like writing a 900 word commentary, as I said before, but there are some subjects where you'll need to write a code for a large program and an essay on this theme. And by the way, they won't teach you on how to code in the computer science course, so yeah, it's such a problem. And that's basically it. Despite all the frustrations like computer science, this IB system is very good. It helps you to somewhat form your social interaction and help to apply to university. It has beautiful rankings, so you can easily go to any university that you can imagine. That's all I could say from my experience of going through this and what I needed, but I didn't know before. So if you're interested in learning more about different educational program, I'm preparing a video on English proficiency exams and applying to Spanish universities. So subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss those videos when they will come out. And that's all. So bye.